Hey friends, welcome back. Today we need to talk about something that has been frustrating a lot of BTH fans. If you are watching the latest episodes, you might have noticed something strange. Something is missing. And no, I'm not just talking about filler cuts or pacing problems. I'm talking about how the Donghua has been cutting out the emotional depth, the relationships, and the key plot moments that made Battle Through the Heavens one of the most loved cultivation stories ever. Yes, we need to talk about the downfall of Btth Donghua. Let's begin with the biggest issue. In the novel, Xiao Yan and Queen Medusa, also known as Cai Lin, have one of the most unique and complicated relationships in the entire series. Their journey is full of tension, romance, growth, and finally love. We get to see their banter, their conflicts, the proposal, and even their marriage. These moments gave soul to Xiao Yan's journey, making him more than just a cultivation machine. But in the Donghua, most of these scenes are gone. They cut all the romantic scenes, like Xiao Yan's marriage proposal to Cai Lin, their kiss scene, and most importantly, Xiao Yan and Cai Lin's wedding. Their conversations and emotional buildup are completely missing. Without these moments, the entire relationship feels hollow. What could have been one of the most heartwarming arcs has been turned into a rushed and emotionless side note. Now let's talk about Xiao Xiao. In the novel, it is clear that Xiao Xiao is the daughter of Xiao Yan and Queen Medusa. This is an important plot point. It connects directly to the romance and raises the stakes of Xiao Yan's journey. But in the Donghua, they made Xiao Xiao mute. She does not even speak. And worse, they never clarified if she is actually the daughter of Xiao Yan and Medusa. Think about how confusing this is for those fans who only watch Donghua. You are introducing a child character, showing her around Xiao Yan, showing Medusa, but never explaining the relationship. Naturally, fans are left wondering, is she their daughter or not? It feels like the Donghua is deliberately avoiding the topic. Another major issue is the lack of conversations. The Donghua is showing characters, yes, but the characters are not talking. The scenes feel empty. Everyone is present, but nobody is expressing emotions. The funny moments are gone. The small heart-to-heart conversations are gone. The warmth and comedy that made the novel enjoyable are completely missing. What we are left with is fight after fight after fight, and while fights are cool, they cannot carry the entire story. Battle Through the Heavens was never just about Xiao Yan punching his way to the top. It was about his struggles, his bonds, his love, and his growth as a person. Remove that and you remove the heart of the story. Now let's talk about the big excuse some people are making: censorship. Some fans believe BTTH is cutting these scenes because of Chinese rules. They say you cannot show a daughter being born before marriage, or a romantic relationship between a human and a beast, or even intimate moments like kissing or marriage between such characters. But let's be honest, does that argument really make sense? Take Soul Land, for example. They showed plenty of romance before marriage. They showed human-beast relationships. They showed kisses. They even showed marriages. So why is BTH suddenly not allowed to do the same? Clearly, other Donghua are doing it under the same rules. That means it is not really about censorship. It is about choices. The studio chose to skip these scenes. Maybe to save time, maybe because they wanted to focus only on fights, maybe because they thought viewers only cared about action. But in reality, they underestimated the fans. Fans are not watching BTTH only for flashy battles. They are watching for the story, for Xiao Yan's journey, for his bonds, his struggles, his romance, and his victories. By cutting out emotional arcs, the Donghua is playing with fans' feelings. It feels like they just want to rush through the plot, wrap things up, and end the series quickly. And yet, some fans are still defending it. They say, don't worry, the marriage will be shown in the very end after everything is over. But why should we accept that? Why compromise? Why should the emotional journey be cut short and shoved aside when it is one of the most important parts of the story? What kind of fan would defend removing the very heart of the series? Let's compare again. Soul Land shows relationships, even controversial ones like human and beast. It shows marriages, it shows children. Perfect World shows romance, bonds, and emotions. Throne of Seal is full of emotional weight, showing betrayal and relationships deeply. So why is BTH treating its fans differently? Why is one of the most iconic Xianxia novels being reduced to only fight scenes? The truth is, BTTH's Donghua adaptation feels like it is losing its identity. Instead of being a faithful retelling of the story, it is becoming a hollow shell. At its core, the downfall of BTTH is not just about censorship or skipping scenes. It is about the lack of respect for the original story and the fans who love it. By removing the emotional arcs, the Donghua has lost its balance. It is all fights, no heart, all action, no emotion. And without emotion, no matter how flashy the fights are, the story feels empty. That is the real tragedy here. So, what do you think? Do you believe BTTH is skipping these scenes because of censorship? Do you think they are saving the marriage and daughter reveal for the end? Or do you think the studio simply does not care about fans' emotions anymore and only wants to rush through with fights? Personally, I feel they are just making excuses. Other Donghua have shown the same things without any issue. So why is BTTH the only one compromising? Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments. Do you think BTTH has lost its way? Do you still defend the studio? Or do you agree that the Donghua is cutting out the very soul of the story? Because at the end of the day, Battle Through the Heavens is not just about cultivation. It is about bonds. It's about family. It is about love and about laughter. And if the Donghua cannot capture that, then what are we even watching? If you enjoyed this deep dive into BTTH's problems, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's hope the studio listens to the fans, because without us, there is no BTTH.